the draft. Don't think about it too much. Natalia will be bad for the
My
side.
friend, if you watch the stream right now, I have officially turned into Realme. I am officially Realme. Realme is Wolf, and Wolf is Realme. These are just facts. Look at your screen right now. I am Realme in person. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, you didn't see it. Okay. Man, that would have been great. But yeah, let's now get into the draft. Natalia banned by GALAXIUS main. I think that they have seen them perform this how do I say this very good control of the Natalia in their previous years. So at least that they know that this team plays it well. And there's the Kaja Ling ban. Alright.
And by the way, if you're wondering where the good graphics are coming from, and it has to be the Realme phones just doing work.
Yep, absolutely. Paid and tendered. Paid and tendered.
Paid and tendered, yeah. Oh wow, you are the okay. I saw the picture. You are the living. You are the paragon of Realme. Already?
That's right. I am Mr. Realme.
Mr. Realme. And if you want to follow our social media pages, you can just drop by with their Facebook handles. It's probably our Twitter handles as well.
Yeah. it's just above us. Okay, I think I'm looking at it right now. I think I am. All right, there it is.
Okay.
So
Shoutouts to Mr. Shinbu. Biggest shoutouts to Shinbu.
Yep. The national treasure of Philippine esports.
Treasure of Philippine esports. You cannot. If we have the, he's the. How do I say this? He's the equivalent of Yamashita for some reason. For esports.
Yamashinbu. He's Yamashinbu.
And it's funny because his name is Japanese. Sounds like Japanese, so it really fits. You know.
Yeah.
Really...
It sounds Japanese, but I think it's from Korea. That's why. Never ever doubt the gaming capability, the esport capability of Shinbu, because he has that Korean roots in him. All right, so never ever doubt the strength of Mr. Shinbu himself.
He just, I mean, he doesn't look like Korean, but he
yeah.
does have the name, so
that's right.
Oh, okay. So now we have our Esmeralda, we have our Claude and Popol and Pupa on the blue side. GALAXIUS going for that, but SINAG here really trying to go conservative, and they just dropped a bomb on their third pick slot, which is the carry. It will do great here. It can go 1v1 against the Claude, given that he is at the same level of items. Claude doesn't really, he's not as scary as the previous metas, but he still works. He still works.
Yeah, it's
your team.
I guess that because of the fact that all of these heroes are already being nerfed, all the marksmen were already nerfed. That probably paved the way for like something like a carry that the nature of the hero you will never nerf, right? It's like the Cho in the fighter sense that no matter how much you hurt the physical defense or the movement speed or the physical attack of the hero, the fact that it has 3 potential stuns or controls, or 2 at least, 2 potential AoE, another AoE control, it will never get out of the meta no matter how much you change it. That's also true with carry. That's why carry never really left the scene when it comes to the providing marksman damage, is because of that passive that you, no matter how much you change the values, the fact that it's the mechanic is there, it will always be in the meta, and that's why you're gonna see a lot of carry now, even after those nerfs.
I do agree with that, and the dueling capability into the early
That's
game.
also true. That's right.
It's one of those times where you have this marksman who has a thing about cleaning up. He's the prime definition of a cleanup crew, even though he's only one person. He can just go in and use his ultimate and just place the stacks, and that might be able to get him a kill or two. And that's how the carry works.
That's how it is. And if you know, I mean, a lot of people already have been using it, so it's not like it's foreign to us. Will Sinag actually go for a mage this time? I'm looking at potential Lunox, perhaps, or a Gushan, if they do want to go to the running meta now that you include the marksman and the mage. But they can go like full funnel. They just go back to the Thams or the Jawhead. They will go and take the Lilia this time. So there's a little bit of potential for the Lilia to out-damage the Esmeralda, in a sense that before the shielding racks up for this Esmeralda, you already bursted him down with the Lilia. The Lilia damage. So it's a tight condition, obviously, for the Lilia, but it makes sense why they chose to pick this up.
Yeah, I do agree. And by the way, they have a lot of frontliners. They have a lot of tanky heroes on the side here of Galaxius. So Lilia will really be annoying for them.
Yeah.
It might not be in terms of damage, but it's clearly just slowing them down for like the X-Borg to hold them up when the last insanity or the Hylos just to control them. It's going to be a big factor. It's going to be playing a huge factor in the coming skirmishes in the early game.
Yeah. Let's see now. I think that we're loading into the game. I will not be surprised if this will be like a total 1-2-2 that maybe they have figured out. But yeah, we don't know exactly how the teams will approach this running meta that we have, or maybe because of the fact that the meta hasn't been set yet. So I think that we can expect the unexpected, to say the least, in this specific matchup.
Very true, very true. But we are going to have our first game of the series. We head on to the Land of Dawn and Galaxius versus Sinag. Sinag here, not really a new name in this kinds of tournaments, but there is a Uranus not really moving on the base.
Yeah, there will be a pause. Okay, so we're just waiting for the resumption of our game, guys. Don't worry. I think they're just witnessing some latency issues, but we'll have that fixed no matter what. So don't worry about it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this game, this will be very fast. If I'm, this will just come by, and this is what we were talking about earlier. The certain amount of meta shaping that the mages has, or like in terms of defining how long a game will last, is kind of dependent on how they perform to the early game. If a mage really has a good time into the early game, then that might mean that we could end the game in 8 minutes or 10 minutes if that's possible. But if they have an average game, sometimes it only takes 11 minutes, 15 minutes. And the funnel meta didn't really account for that. The funnel meta really just wanted to take the game, to extended periods of time, because that's how marksmen work. You just have to stall the game at times, even though if you're funneling, you just have to, because at a certain point in time of a game, you could add up all the gold that's happening or that is located inside the map.
Yeah.
There is a certain math for that, but as long as the game is progressing, it gets bigger and bigger. So that's one of the things that you have to consider. But right now, it's out. I'm very thankful that it's out, because it doesn't have to be bland anymore.
Yeah, we at least there's a little bit of added flavor to us. But the first blood gonna be belonging to Sinag so early on, and now they will, because of that kill, they will be able to transfer onto taking this this buff that we're seeing.
And
it's gonna be stolen by Stolu. Sorry,
they cannot answer that. They cannot answer that. They cannot be proactive and go to the other lane or to the other violet buff onto the map. And that is going to be no blue violet buffs for that Esmeralda.
Yep.
And this spells trouble because mages are really dependent on that.
Specifically the Esmeralda. Now they want to go for the kill onto that Esmeralda we're talking about. They'll get it. Meaning to say that at least in the first 2 minutes of the game with this buff, Solo will have so much of a good time in the game because he doesn't really need to think about losing a buff or so in the first few minutes. What he can do right now is just to take the blue once again, the purple, their own purple, I mean, or maybe just stay here in the middle and apply pressure against his opponents. The world is his playground at this point, at least for the next 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And the Azure right here, just trying to scale up his man, just give him a bit of swag, scare him a bit. But I don't really think Denver is scared at that point.
Yeah.
He has the extra levels. Obsidian, on the other hand, is just helping his Esmeralda get back from the slump that he has been in since the start of the game. So, as Esmeralda, you do have your early game spike, your mid game spike, and your late game spike. It's one hero that is really well rounded, if you ask me. It has his how do you say this, late game potential as well. Some of the mages don't have that, but there's another kill onto the bottom lane, as I was explaining that. So how do you get back from this? Like, how do you get your early game spike still?
You'll make sure that the next round of buffs will belong to you at least. You secure that. Nice juggle coming out from Zenki or Dade Zenki, our Claude, as he tries to stay alive. It took a lot of time. I know that it's absolute that the Claude will fall in there, but the time that they spent is really good. Now the Kufra is gonna fall in exchange for that kill. Now the carry will be able to keep himself alive as the members of GALAXIUS will just go out top.
You know what?
Yeah.
When you said Dead Zenki, it's like you were saying Dead Zenki, and it really happened.
Yeah, it did. It did.
it did happen. And now, Wolf, things are looking great for SINAG. They don't look like they're gonna drop this lead anytime soon. Do you just force the fights at this point?
You wait for your you wait for your ultimates now, and then unfortunately for GALAXIUS main, they only have this Akai ultimate, and with all of the purify in the world, I don't think that SINAG Pilipinas.
It's not gonna matter.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a problem for them. There's a turtle fight now, or at least around the turtle area. Nice Art of Thievery to Blazing do it in there. Do they have enough damage now for this one? The turtle will be taken by the Esmeralda, so that's good, at least for GALAXIUS main. They also took out the Hylas. It's looking bad now, coming out from SINAG Pilipinas as they're trying to win this fight. There's the jump coming out from the Kufra. Follow-up is where? We don't know. Top lane, the kill on to the Uranus will not complete.
Oh,
just Obsidian will get away.
Just one more hit.
Uranus overstepped. Oh, okay, not punished.
What you have to look at there is SINAG. They really tried to get that turtle, but they didn't have the retribution in the first place.
Yep.
So it was free reign for the Esmeralda to just take it like a piece of candy and just just win it for them, win that fight for them. But the thing is, Kronos wasn't there.
No. This makes me wonder because how I don't understand why teams are still like going for those skills on the turtles when in fact they don't have the retribution, and almost always they lose the fight. I don't know. I've casted a lot of Mobile Legends games, and I always feel like they wouldn't get the turtle even if they started it, and a retribution player will just steal it, and it happens like 70% of the time.
It's weird, and people still do it. If they know that they have this certain amount of advantage, they would push for it. And sometimes you're just offering up to your enemy, and you just let them get back.
Exactly.
And I mean, you don't get the turtle that easily, or you don't prioritize the turtle if you don't even have the priority in the first place when you pick your spells.
No, exactly. Big shoutouts to JJ Narag, one of our viewers out there.
Yeah,
we miss you. We miss you badly. But nevertheless, there will be an attempt of push now coming out from SINAG Pilipinas. It's not like it's gonna be hard because they just straight up took it down. They jump in though with the Kufra catching two. There's the ultimate once again. The bouncing ball stops the Esmeralda from jumping away. Akai using the ultimate, but to no avail, as Denver and the rest of the members of SINAG Pilipinas will now be able to stay alive. Lilia gonna be caught. Ultimate already popped, but with the glorious pathway in there to save that man, he will be alive in exchange for a kill. But obviously, that's a Lilia saved in a kill onto the Uranus as well. So very well done coming out from SINAG Pilipinas as they take more than what they should have had.
And Kronos, he's just farming.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. When you leave the carry unaccounted for, you don't really pressure the team or that marksman to join the fight. You're not putting him into any danger. And that's the thing. Because SINAG is just confident that they can win every fight even if it's 4v5.
I honestly thought that GALAXIUS would have had a grasp of the mid game already by after winning team fight. At least, you know, just take care of their own side of the map, on the own side of the map, the blue side of the map. But unfortunately, it wasn't the case. It's SINAG Pilipinas getting aggressive and unpunished. As I say that though, Kronos gonna be caught. The purification already out. As of the Phantom Step, but a save coming up from the Kufra. Azurite still pulls through. That's the Popol and Koopa still chasing down that carry to far too deep. Now Solu going for the backlines, pops the magic shoes. Now is safe. Zenki also runs away. No kill onto the carry, but there might be an exchange. That's Esmeralda down, even after landing a very good Stardust Dance. And Popol and Koopa, where is he? I think that he's now in trouble, and indeed he was. Taken out by two members of SINAG Pilipinas. They were so anxious to get the kill on the carry that they have lost control of their own core, particularly that Esmeralda, as well as that support and cast Popol and Koopa.
Remember, we do have a savior here for the side of GALAXIUS. It's called Korai. And it's Avatar, the legend of Korai.
Exactly.
When the world needed him the most, he vanished.
Yes.
But right now, he's in this fight. He can fight this. I don't think he has the items. Can we check the items for a bit? Let's see how the Claude is pairing up against this carry.
It's DHS for the Claude and end this battle on the way to another set of items now for carry, I think. Oh, there's the jump.
The legend of Korai.
Korai, what a jump. Now Gross Pathway lining up perfectly well as they chase the Akai and they'll get him. Now Solo far too deep, but of course with the magic shoes in there, was able to keep himself alive. What a jump from the supports. And by the way, big shout outs to Mr. MD Peralta, who's I think so happy about what is happening with SINAG right now.
Okay, he is. I'm really thinking that he is. But Korai here is on the other side of the team, so there's no savior here for the side of GALAXIUS. SINAG really trying to fight this. Korai just gonna go for that TP. Kronos doesn't really care. He has 1-0-2, but all the gold in the world. Last Insanity will be thrown out. Someone will get popped. Popol and Koopa is out of the question. And Zenki will go down. Obsidian will be the next target. Will this be a wipe before we end game number 1? I don't think it will be, but it doesn't really matter as they take game number 1. SINAG really looking strong.
We're doubting, kind of doubting the Lilia before the start of the game, but with that kind of performance,